Hey y'all, welcome back to my shop. I was just finishing up on this shop-made scraper I made, and I'm going to show you how to make this. This is just an example of a tool where you can buy the high-speed steel fairly inexpensively, depending on your source. I was able to buy it off Amazon for a very reasonable price, about $5. The bar is 8 millimeter by 8 millimeter by 200 millimeter. I made this handle. I used a plumbing fixture as a ferrule. Let me show you a close-up of that, and then I'll show you this tool in action. Get a little better look at that edge. And there's a view of the top. It's got just a little bit of a negative rake. You can see the top edges away from the cutting edge have been rounded a little bit so as to slide along the tool rest a little bit easier and not catch on a box. Okay, I made this tool primarily as a recess tool for threading, and this is how it works using a armrest. Drawn the design in with a felt tip pencil, and I'm going to finish darkening in the areas that I'm going to grind away, and then we're going to go over to the grinder and shape this. And the goal is to have a fairly small tip, but a good cross section here to provide support. So get a close up of that. Okay, we're going to grind this initially at the grinder using my coarse 80 grit CBN wheel. You don't have to have CBN, aluminum oxide will work fine, so let's get a close-up. I've got that platform set almost at 90 degrees for the rough shaping on the inside. So let's get started. So there's the profile we're going to be shaping, and I'm just going to start wasting away steel. If you're using an aluminum oxide wheel, I'd caution you about using the corner because that's not recommended. Whew, getting a little warm. Dip it in some cooling water. New bath of water I keep handy. Alright, I'm going to round backside a little bit. I think it might be faster to do that this way. Very nice. Okay, we get it around the corner a little bit. We get it like this. I've got just a little bit of a 70 degree angle here. That was what I want. I want to cut that a little bit more. and I'm liking that shape a lot. I'm going to take just a little bit more off here, and then I'm going to start rounding the base a little bit. Cool it. This is going to be the cutting tip, so I want to round this off a little bit so as to not damage the edge of a box or whatever I'm shaping. So I'm going to round this over a little bit, and I'm going to round over a little bit on the back side as well. And that might be easier on the belt sander. I think I may, so I may switch over to that after I profile this just a hair better. Okay, we're going to use this oscillating spindle sander to refine the shape just a little bit. Let me get a little better view here. First thing we're going to do is clean the belt. And then I'm going to ease the bottom edge just a little bit so as to not cut the tool rest or nick the tool rest. I'm also going to ease the back side and the front side so when it goes in a box or comes out, it's less likely to catch. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to round over the bottom edge where it's going to go in the tool. I think I'll do that on the grinder. Okay, so we've eased the top back side, the front left side. We've eased the part where it's going to glide along the tool rest. We're going to go back to the grinder and knock these corners off, make it a little easier to fit into a drilled hole, I think. And then I think we're going to put just a little bit of a negative rake on the top. Okay, here's a view of the handle where you can see I've basically drilled a round hole slightly smaller than the measurement between two corners that have been rounded off, and then I filed them down just a little bit so they would slide in there and not twist, and tapped it in pretty good. Didn't bother to use any glue.